Good morning, friends. I'm gonna have to leave soon, in like the next 30 minutes for another dog sitting gig, but I just wanted to drop in and talk about something that has really helped change my life as someone with a chronic illness. If you're new to my YouTube channel, hello. Um, Welcome. I talk about a lot of different stuff, but one of the things I will talk about more probably as time goes on is having mast cell activation syndrome, which I got from a COVID infection in 2020, and I only was recently diagnosed. It took me about 5 years to get a diagnosis. I went through having a fibromyalgia diagnosis that wasn't what I actually have, and giving up hope, all kinds of stuff. But I wanted to share something that has really helped me. It's still considered experimental by the FDA, but I'm working with a really good team of physicians, including this doctor who is like the mast cell guy in St. Louis where I live. And I started low dose Naltrexone in probably like June or maybe May. I don't remember exactly my memory, but only a few months or so, and I am already feeling so much better. So if you're not aware of what Naltrexone is, I wasn't either. It is something that is given to people who are trying to stay away from either substances like opiates or alcohol, and it helps because it binds on the opiate receptors in the brain, which creates more endorphins in the brain, causes the brain to create more endorphins, I guess to compensate for the lack of ability to absorb opiates. And so generally this is given in higher dosages. What I'm on is a low dose. So I started off on 1 milligram for 2 weeks, and then I went to 2 milligrams for 2 weeks, and eventually got to my resting spot at 4.5 milligrams. So this is a very, very low dosage. The FDA hasn't approved this treatment for chronic pain and inflammation, but and I mean, obviously, I'm not a doctor or healthcare professional, so this is just my personal experience. Everybody is different. Please talk to your doctor about all the different medications you take before you even, I mean, they have to prescribe it anyway, so it's not like you can get your hands on it. But anyways, low dose Naltrexone is what I've been on, and so I've been reading about it this morning. What happens exactly is when your opiate receptors are blocked in your brain, then your brain begins to produce more endorphins, and endorphins will help with inflammation. And for people with mast cell activation syndrome, a lot of what's causing our pain is severe inflammation. And so, like I said, I've only been on this a few months, and I'm already feeling so much better. I still have pain, I'm not gonna lie, but it is not debilitating anymore. I do still have like flares when the barometric pressure changes, which is stupid. Why can bodies do that? I'd like to talk to whoever designed humans and file a complaint. But yeah, so this help with the chronic inflammation that's been causing chronic pain has really been world changing, and I've been able to actually get back into like exercising and being active again, because I went through a period of time, probably like spring of 24 and like late 23, where I was throwing my back out constantly. I was walking with a cane when I could walk. It was really bad to only be in my 30s and have to use a cane to walk. And it also is very depressing dealing with chronic pain when your day in, day out is everything hurts. It's easy to become disillusioned with life. But ever since I started taking a low dosage of Naltrexone, I have been feeling so much better. I actually have days where I feel like my old self, where I feel like I could go and hike 5 miles, and yeah, I just wanted to share that with people. It's also being tested on people with like MS or other chronic pain issues. like the mast cell activation syndrome. Now, obviously, mast cell activation syndrome is not solely about pain. It can affect your skin. You get rashes. It gives you bone pain, muscle pain. The inflammation, though, I think is one of the worst side effects, because when your insides start to become inflamed, things stop working. I had my intestines basically like stop working during a really bad thunderstorm, no, thunder and rainstorm. I've also had my kidneys swell from rain, which is, swollen kidneys can be very dangerous if left unchecked, if the swelling doesn't go down. I am seeing a urologist for that, and everything is back to normal since the weather has gone back to normal, so that's good. But yeah, low-dose naltrexone, if you are suffering from chronic inflammation, it's definitely worth talking to your doctor about. And you know, if you are on certain medications, you cannot take this. If you are on any kind of like opiate medication, you cannot take this, because it blocks your opiate receptors, so your opiate that you take will do nothing for you, basically. But yeah, again, I'm not a doctor or anything, and I know that it may not work like it does for me, for everyone else, but on the off chance that there's someone out there watching my videos that's struggling with daily pain from inflammation, like, talk to your doctor about low-dose naltrexone. Now, I understand too that doctors are not a viable option for everyone financially, especially in America. Not everyone has insurance, and the medication you do have to pay out of pocket for. But I go to a compound pharmacy, and it is much cheaper than Walgreens or even Walmart for the medication. And it's a little backwards, so the smaller the dosage, the more money it is, which is silly. But it doesn't make any sense, just like from a business standpoint. But unless they like want, I don't know why they would want people to like take more of it. I don't know. You don't like get addicted to it or anything that I know of, because it's like the opposite of a high. And then too, if you are on low-dose naltrexone, you do have to be aware that it can cause like liver issues. If you have like dark urine, you need to go see a doctor immediately. Or any kind of like abdominal pain, it's good to just go to the ER, if you can. But I was going to say, you cannot access this medicine without a doctor prescription. That is the unfortunate part. But it makes sense, because as with any kind of prescription medicine, there can be side effects if you don't know what you're doing. And if you haven't gone to medical school, you don't know what you're doing. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. I have had excellent guidance from nurses, doctors, specialists, and this is the route that we've decided to take, and it has helped me a lot. So I just wanted to put my testimony out there, since it is still in the research phase. There are people that will benefit from it, and I just want my voice to be heard on that. So yeah, just a little tidbit of unlicensed medical information. Again, please, I am not a doctor. Talk to your doctor before starting any medication. And like, I may do another video later about the, I guess, list of vitamins and over-the-counter medications that I've started that have helped me with mast cell activation syndrome, and then also having POTS and Ehlers-Danlos syndrome as well. Yeah, so I hope everyone has a good day, and talk to your doctor about it if it's something you're struggling with. Worst case scenario is they say, hey, you can't take this, or, you know, you're just back where you were before you watched this video. So, yeah, have a good one, everyone. Bye.